Hey guys, it's Bear with the Gimpy Camper. One other thing that's important when you're backpacking is processing firewood. At least it's important to me. So when I was looking at this and I was studying, how am I going to do that? What tools am I going to carry? You have to remember, a lot of this stuff's heavy. And so, as the great Kevin Shin says, ounces equal pounds and pounds equal pain, because you're carrying this stuff on your back. So on a long trip, an axe is pretty much out of the question, for me anyway, even though I was dumb enough to hike into full-size Duraflame fire logs on this trip just because it's been a monsoon here and I knew I wouldn't find any firewood. And it was just well, necessary for me. I thought I'd carry a couple of pounds because there's nothing that makes me more mad than not being able to start a fire when you're camping. And so all the firewood's wet, so I brought some dry firewood. Now I did order today something called some pocket bellows that basically looks like a long and retractable antenna. You blow through it, it's supposed to like really superheat the fire and be able to catch like wet firewood on fire with no problem. So we'll check that out on our next trip and see how that goes. As far as processing wood, so I know I couldn't do an axe. Hatchet, I didn't think would get me that far, and it's still kind of heavy. So the next option was not to take anything, which there's been a lot of times that I go camping that I just need something to trim off a little piece of dead wood. So other options, a folding saw. So a couple of years ago, my lovely wife got me a present for Christmas, and this is an expensive one, I ain't gonna lie. It's a folding saw, because that's your other option, but this isn't no ordinary folding saw. This is a Silky, that's one of the top brands, Big Boy 2000. That's actually the name of it, I didn't make that up. These are designed and made in Japan. So basically it unfolds. So when you're cutting, it cuts on the stroke that goes back toward you. When you're cutting, you can get a lot of stroke in there, which is when you're cutting. So if you have a little bitty saw, say you only have something this big, you got to keep stroking it. No pun intended. Anyway, so the longer the saw, the easier it's going to be for you, the less back and forth motion you're going to have to do. Man, it's hard to keep the puns out of this. Anyway, this thing is 4.9 stars on Amazon with over 400 reviews. Does that tell you something? It should, because it's a great saw. Now it is, like I said, it's expensive. So right now, the price looks like it's about 55 bucks. But I use this on every trip. Summer, winter, it's always in my pack. It does weigh a little more than a pound. I think it's 1.25 pounds, but it's always there, and I use it every trip. See you guys next time. Okay guys, so I'm back home. I wanted to add one thing to that whole saw. It is sharp, as my good friend Andy found out. It can cut you up pretty bad. So I want you to take a look at this clip one more time, see where he has his hand, and see why it's important to be aware of that at all times. Now, he didn't cut his hand during this clip, but he did cut it that night. We're going to tell on him.